within the Heights. The first time I met Lin-Manuel, we started telling each other our family stories, and we found that we had so much in common. He called me his long-lost cousin, and we also both had a desire to make it part of the American story. And I kind of like seeing things that remind me that I'm not alone in thinking life is challenging and is difficult. So they remind me I'm not alone in that, but also remind me how much it's worth fighting through and how much it's worth living. I also just wanted to be a little sneaky and write a very diverse play because a lot of the plays I go to see fit neatly in one checkbox. But I feel like myself as a Latina with a mixed background, I'm half Puerto Rican, half Jewish. I live in 2012 in New York City. That doesn't really reflect my life. It's like, life is plaid for me, you know, there's not a checkbox, there's a lot of boxes. And so I wanted to write for the most diverse group of actors possible. Nothing can replicate sitting in the dark with strangers and having an experience as a community. I really love that, and in some ways it reminds me of church, and in some ways it reminds me of being a student. In some ways it reminds me of attending a protest. You know, you're strangers there, and yet there's a common purpose, and you've had a common experience. My ideal audience is an audience that is kind of as diverse as my cast is, you know, Latinos who can really relate to some of those elements, and maybe sitting right next to them, someone who honestly has no experience with a Latino family or in the Latino community. And that that's my dream audience.